people are stuck in the place that they're in largely because of the fact that they're not around people that challenge them. And it's not that they don't know those people don't challenge them, it's that they're scared to be alone.
I am going to make a personal commitment to execution over perfection.
Right now, my company is making, over $200,000 a month.
If you give me a piece of music, what am I going to play? And you put that same, piece of music or elements of music in the hands of Michael Jackson, what is that going to create? Little becomes much when you place it in the hands of the master.
So, welcome to another edition of Believers Breed, the podcast, where the aim is to help people embrace self-awareness, self-confidence, and self-worth. The way that I do that is I sit down with proven entrepreneurs, business leaders to find out how they reach certain levels of success, not just because of skill set, but because of mindset as well. I have a very interesting guest with me today. I call her Dr. Yelk. I think what she does is with a lot of precision and a lot of care for people. And so I'm excited to have her here on the episode today. So welcome to the edition.
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing what you got to say.
Thank you for having me.
So if you could, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. I like for my guests to kind of introduce themselves. I see you one way, but I'm sure you got a lot more you can tell us.
All right, well, like I said, my name is Andrea Yelk. I am the owner of Winks and Kisses Beauty. And what that entails is I basically am just an esthetician. I specialize in skincare services, facials, dermaplaning, chemical peels, microdermabrasion, and I also do makeup. So yes, I've been doing this now I've been an esthetician for going on 3 years, and I've been doing makeup for eight years.
Okay. So I am always interested to find out like how people's journey started. And so I think that for you, you're like the girly girl. And so seeing is that you're applying brushes to people's faces and making them look the best on their best days. Like, where did that start? Were you the Ken, Barbie, doll girl where you always play with dolls, or did you evolve into this?
Well, it's so funny you say that I'm a girly girl. I feel like I am a girly girl with a twist because I didn't always play with dolls growing up. I actually was a tomboy, a big, huge tomboy. Always have been into sneakers, still am into sneakers to this day. However, what got me involved in makeup, that was my first introduction into the beauty industry. What got me involved in makeup was actually a car accident. I got into a car accident, had some scarring on the right side of my face, and my aunt bought me my first real kit of makeup. It was from MAC. And I just kind of, just for her to help me with my confidence and to learn how to cover up my scarring. And so from that point on, I started planning my makeup on all of my friends. So you know what that looked like. It was not cute. But
when was this? How old were you?
I was in the 11th grade.
Okay.
High school, yeah. And so from that point on, I actually kind of developed a like for it and started buying other makeup, or my friends would have me put on their makeup. And then I got in college, and that was my little side hustle, so I would do everybody's makeup. And so it kind of grew from there. So that's where it kind of stemmed from. I'm not necessarily a girly girl.
Okay. So is that a scar that stayed with you forever?
I wouldn't say no. I think it was a blessing because it's what I'm doing today. So I got into that car accident. It was a pretty bad one. It was me and a friend, and she's fine. I'm fine to this day. But we did have some issues at that time, and I think for me personally, I feel like that scarring kind of developed into something that was a God thing, I would say. It was definitely a God thing because here I am today doing what I love to do, and it stemmed from some kind of little tragedy. So, yeah.
So you got into the car accident in 11th grade, covered up your scars, and then realized I enjoy this.
Exactly. I like covering up scars.
Yeah. And then you started playing around with it in high school.
Yeah.
Did you have any like prom appointments or anything?
You know what? I wasn't good at that point.
Okay.
So, but I didn't really start to take it seriously until college. Until like I had people coming up to me asking me to do their makeup.
Gotcha. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Clark Atlanta University.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't until then where I was just like, oh, well, I might be okay at this. And then, you know, to this day, I have friends that like, they'll send me old pictures and be like, girl, the days, look at how much you've grown.
This is
And I'm
where
like,
you
I
came
know.
from.
Like, oh, Lord. I see,
That's cool.
Thank you for taking one for the team and going out looking like that, because that is awful.
So it's interesting that you say you started to cover up scars. And I think that like in the role that you play in people's life, like there's this line that you're walking trying to encourage women that you're naturally beautiful.
Yes.
But at the same time, like it's okay to get makeup. Like how do you walk that line to make women feel like this is not something I need to be beautiful because I'm naturally beautiful, but at the same time it enhances whatever the case may be. Like how do you balance that?
Yes. So I want to kind of start out by saying I went to aesthetic school because I think I got tired of trying to cover up people's flaws. So it was just like, well, instead of, because confidence is a real thing, you know, confidence, if you have it, you know, then you can do everything. If you don't have it, it really, really, I feel like it paralyzes you. So I was like, you know what, why don't I just help people with their skin? Like, why, like, instead of using people, you know, using makeup to cover up everything, why don't I, like, allow or help women to embrace what, like, and feel beautiful in their own skin and try to instill confidence. So that's where that came from. So it's more so I try to promote makeup as, you know, just a tool, just of enhancement, just where you can just say, you know what, like, I'll just put on a little makeup when I feel like, you know, getting jazzy and getting out and, you know, going out with the girls. Not necessarily something that you need every day. I don't think that makeup should be used, you know, as something to make you feel beautiful every single day. And so my goal, anytime I have someone come and sit in my chair or come to lay on my bed, is to make you feel confident with you or make you feel beautiful in your skin first. And then if you want to, you know, throw on some mascara and some blush and some lipstick, go right on ahead, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to look great head to toe, and if makeup makes you feel that way, great, but I want you to feel just as good without it.
So it's something on your website, and I don't want to like misquote it, so I'm paraphrasing. But it's like beautiful makeup starts with beautiful skin, something along those lines.
No, you're right.
So like I feel you and understand, like you want to give women that confidence that whether you have your face beat, is what y'all call it, beat or not, like you're still beautiful.
Yes.
And so I think that's really important, especially like raising a daughter and like wanting her to be comfortable, feel confident in her own skin. So I want to expound on that point. Like you are in a very intimate position when people, when I came for my appointment, I was laying down. So like that's a very intimate position to be with people. Like what do you hope to establish in that hour of time that you're dealing with people? Like how do you work through problems? Because I'm sure you hear a lot that extends beyond what's happening, like the reason they came. So like you probably heard about households and children and the whole nine. So like what is that intimate moment like with you? How do you embrace that time that you have with people?
During that time that I'm with people, I want to first establish trust, because if you're laying on my bed, that means you trust me a little bit to be there, but I want you to trust me enough to, you know, understand what I'm telling you, and me educating you on ways to, you know, achieve your goals. Now, if you're laying on my bed and you want to tell me all of your business, I am here for that too. I will be a counselor, I'll be a therapist, I will tell you probably my problems too, but I think it's about establishing relationships and establishing trust, and then opening up that door for me to be able to educate you, and, you know, for us to continue on having this relationship, for you to continue to come back, for you to stick to your goals, for you to continue to, you know, to take it seriously, because I feel like I always tell people, you're not going to get everything that you need in this one appointment. You're not going to see the goals, you're not going to see the results that you want to see in this one appointment, and it's up to you. It's a team effort. It's up to you to establish or to see 70% of the results. I'm only going to offer you 30, and that's just what, and that's real. You come here every 4 to 6 weeks, and my goal is to kind of get you on the path and for us to continue working together. And so that's my main thing. I really just want to make sure that you trust me, that you're confident in my skills and my abilities, and you trust what I'm saying. And then I want to be able to trust that you're going to go out and do what you're supposed to do to help me establish your goals, help me help you.
Like, in terms of what that communication ability has as it impacts you and your work, like, would you find that that's just as important as your skills, or not really?
It's just as important. If I come to you, and for example, if I come to you and you're trusting me, like you're not coming here just for fun. You're not laying down on my bed just to say you did it. You're actually coming to me because, one, you have some concerns about whatever it is, and you want to fix it. So it's just as important to me for you to kind of own your responsibility in your skincare journey, or whatever the case may be, and as it is for me and my skills. And a part of my skill set is to educate you and tell you, you need to do this during the day, do this at night, make sure you're doing this, coming back here 4 to 6 weeks, whatever. That's part of the skill set, but it's also, on you. And I don't think it's a situation where I'm like, well, you better do this or you better do that. But it's just, I'm educating you, and I'm giving you the key. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this together. And I really try to make sure that I am approaching it from a teamwork perspective, a teammate perspective. Yeah.
So with that said, how often do people take heed to what you're saying? Because I know that most people find themselves coming to you and like, she's about to fix me.
Right.
And like, going back to your point, like, you're not about to fix them, especially in one setting. And I think people, naturally as humans, we just feel like, I'm looking to that person who does this, she can make me look better, feel better, whatever the case may be. Like, do you find that people often take heed to what you're saying, or is it most times people are like, okay, and then walk out the door and call you with the same issue?
To be honest, I think it's a little bit of both. I think I see half, a majority of the people are coming there real serious about it. And then there are other people who are just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep coming to you. And I'm just like, you can't come to me every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, what I do for you here is just a setup for you. And it is a maintenance thing. I'm here to maintain what you're doing at home. And so most of the time people do take heed. They take it seriously. They get the products, they establish their routine, they follow up with me. And then others are just like, oh girl, I didn't exfoliate like you said I should have. Girl, I'm gonna do it next time. So yes, and then it's just, and with those people it's like, okay, well, you're not gonna get the results that you want to get. You're not gonna see the skin, or you're not gonna have that glowing skin that I promised you, because it takes both of us to do that. So unfortunately, yes.
Do you enjoy the skincare more or the makeup more?
Ooh, see, okay, it varies. It depends on when you ask me this question. Today, I enjoy the skincare part of it. And it hasn't always been that way. It was because makeup was my first thing, right? Makeup is makeup is what got me to this point. But today it's the skincare, because it's a lot more rewarding to see someone who has been coming to me for 7-8 months and to see where we started and to see where we are today. Like, that is just like, I'm just so proud of you. Like, it's like, I'm just proud. And it's like, because one, you've done the work, you've taken it seriously. And it's two, it's just like, see where teamwork gets you, see where it gets us. And so it's just like, I love, like, it's just a very rewarding, like, I don't know, it's just like my baby. Like, just make sure you just keep it up. You know what I mean? Yes. Don't mess it up, because your skin then becomes my skin, and I'm gonna have a problem if you mess it up. So yes, it's the skincare today.
That's cool. That's cool. I think that the skincare is disgusting, if I'm being honest with you. And I'll say, so when I came to get, I don't even know what I got. My wife scheduled it for me.
You got a gentleman's facial.
Okay, okay. And we'll talk more about that service. But like, I think I had a pimple and you were like pumped about it.
Yes.
Like, here I come. I'm going to get it. Like, what are you thinking about when you see things like that, that most people like myself are like, that is nasty. I feel like it's nasty on my face opposed to like going to get it off somebody else's.
It's not. Like, my thing is, it's not disgusting. It is not disgusting at all. It's like, I want to get it up and out. Like, I want to get as much as possible. Like, I want it to keep coming out. And I want it to keep going and keep going and keep going until it can't go no more. I want to get it all out. And I want to be able to show you, like, look, this was in your face. this was in your face. But it's not disgusting to me. And I think, one, because I think I'm so, I guess, numb to it. It's not a big. Now, the only time when I'm like, oh my goodness, is when like I'll like pop something, it squirts and hits me in like the cheek or something, like, like, you know, oh my God, like it almost got in my mouth. But I'm supposed to be wearing a face shield, and so that's on me. But other than that, it does not bother me at all. It's not disgusting, because that's just, it's our body. It's just, you know, it's our natural oils that are coming out, or that are trapped in the skin that need to be out. And so the more and more that I can get out, the happier I am. So it makes me happy in a sense.
Pimple picker. I can't imagine that. Wow. Okay. Are we good right now? So I kind of want to dig into the entrepreneur side of you, because most people, when they hear about the services that you offer, we see and feel like this is something that could happen overnight, I guess. Not knowing and realizing how much work, how much intentionality like you have to put into what it is that you're doing.
Right.
And so, like, take us back to when you had to go to school to become an esthetician, because I think a lot of people go the makeup route, but may not necessarily understand the skin route. And so for like you to have that background, that education, I think it's important to the service that you offer. So like, what made you want to actually go and become a esthetician opposed to just a makeup artist? And like, how does that journey look for the young girl, young guy who wants to do it now?
Okay, so I'll start by saying I worked in corporate America for almost 10 years. I was HR manager at Opryland. But I was doing makeup on the side. And so I worked there Monday through Friday, and I would do makeup Saturdays and Sundays. So I literally would be working 7 days a week. So it wasn't until after I had, or when I was pregnant with our daughter, and I was like, okay, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I know I'm not going to want to go back to work right away. I'm going to want to stay home with her. Fast forward, my husband was like, you know, like, if makeup is something you want to do full time, this is the time to do it. You know, I had a very, like, my husband was super supportive and was like, so just don't go back to work. And so it also helped out with the fact that her spot at daycare didn't come available either. So it was, again, a God thing. So fast forward, I was like, okay, well, she was like 10 months, her spot became available at daycare. And I was like, so now it's the time where I would have to make that decision on.
Make a tough decision.
Right. And so I was like, you know, I thought that I wanted to do lash extensions. And in order to do lash extensions in the state of Tennessee, you have to be licensed. You have to have an aesthetics license. Or a cosmetology license. And so, you know, I was like, fine, I'll go and I'll get enrolled in school. So I went and I was like, let me do like a tour first. So I went and did a tour at Empire Beauty School. And so that day I signed up. I was like, I love it here. This feels right. I'm going to do it. And I just did it. And I called my husband. I was like, I signed up for aesthetic school. And he was like, well, all right. Then I thought it was a tour, but okay. So I signed up that day. So it did not take me long at all once I started to figure out, one, I don't really want to do lashes. And two, because I don't like tedious work. I don't like little small, like I can't do stuff like that. My attention span won't work. It
Yeah,
doesn't
my
work.
fine motor skills are horrible.
I can't do it. It is awful. And so I was just like, okay. But I quickly realized when I was in like that first week, I was like, yo, this is for me. Like, it works hand in hand with makeup. Like I can do this. Like I'll have makeup over here. I can do skincare. Like this is perfect. Like this is exactly what I want to do. I want to fix people's skin. And so it kind of started and stemmed from there. From that point on, everyone was just kind of like, well, I've heard of you, like in school, like I've heard of you. Yeah, I reached out to you to do my makeup before. And it was just like, oh wow, like I didn't realize that some people knew knew winks and kisses like that. So I was like, oh well, nice, you know. After that, it was like people kind of assumed that, oh well, you're all, because you know you get to graduation and everybody's like, hey, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go work for a doctor's office? Are you gonna do your own thing? And my thing has always been, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm not gonna, and I'll start from the bottom up. And everybody's like, well, no, you already have like a makeup clientele, so you'll be fine. But like today, my makeup clientele is still my makeup clientele. My skincare, it has not crossed over like that.
That's interesting.
All of my skincare clients were always their first time coming to me was for skincare. And so it was just like, and you know, I went into it thinking that way too. Like, yeah, I got makeup clientele, so yeah, my makeup clientele will be my skincare clientele, and so I already have my clientele. And it's like, Andrea, no. Your makeup clients come to you for makeup. They don't know nothing about your skincare skills. And so I literally had to start over. And started over with, you know, I did a lot of stuff for free in the beginning just so that I could get the footage or get, you know, like asking people like, can I record your facial so that people can see, you know, what that looks like, what, you know, what they're getting in a facial. And then I just went on and continued to educate myself outside of school to gain more skills, because you don't learn a lot. You learn how to pass state boards in school. And so, you know, I went on with that. And social media, obviously, as you know, is a big thing. And so I feel like I'm like, people need to get to know Andrea the esthetician, not Andrea the makeup artist. And so I started focusing more on the skincare stuff versus the makeup. And not that I was totally getting rid of that. It was more so, I wasn't getting rid of makeup. I was trying to introduce myself as, okay, I can do it all. I can do, if you want to cover up your skin, let's not cover it up. Let me help you fix it. And so it was, I had to start right where everybody else started coming out of school. I had to establish a skincare clientele. And I did that through ways of, like I said, like doing services for free, recording, making sure I got a lot of footage so that people can see exactly what they're doing. People like to see hands-on stuff. They like to see you in action. They like to see videos of me popping pimples. they like to see that kind of stuff. And so I was like, let me give people what they enjoy. And I know what I like to see. I know what I'm looking for when I'm shopping on Instagram. Like, if I want to see what you're doing. And so that was the way. And then, you know, word of mouth has been amazing for me building my clientele. It has been, I would say, probably most of my clientele comes from Instagram, but a lot of it has been through like clientele that I already have, and them telling their friends who's telling their friends who are telling their friends. So it has not been a very quick, like, oh, I already have established clientele. It has not been that at all.
There's a lot that jumps out in that journey to me. What did you go to Clark Atlanta for?
Listen, okay, I'm just now finding myself in my adulthood, okay? I went to school for fashion design and merchandising. Yes. I actually, man, I'm telling you, I'm just now, okay, so I actually started school with biology pre-med. I found out that I had to,
That's why I call you Dr. Yelk.
Listen, and what's funny, it's crazy. People are like, and I'm telling you, God, he works in my life this way. So I started out as biology pre-med. I wanted to be a dermatologist. And it was skincare that has always, I felt like, had this little nagging at me. But then I found out I had to take chemistry 5 days a week, and I was like, nope, I'm going to go change my major. So I went and changed my major to business, and then I realized I had to wear suits on Sundays, and I didn't want to do that. So then I changed my major to mass comm, and I just didn't want to do that. And I was like, fashion design and merchandising, that's it. And I'm surprised I even graduated on time because I changed my major so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you were working in HR for Opry Mills?
Yeah, for Opryland Hotel.
Opryland Hotel.
Gaylord Opryland.
So were you happy doing it?
At first, yes. I moved from Atlanta. I was working with Starwood. I was working with the W Hotel in Midtown, Atlanta. I was HR there, moved up here, got the position here, and it was cool at first, but it was always like, I'm just not made for corporate. I'm too outspoken. I kind of call it like it is. I say it like, sometimes I don't have any couth in the professional realm, and I just, in a professional environment, I say what I mean what I say, and that doesn't always work. So I'm just like, I feel like I can't be myself. You know what I mean? I can't. It was just too much of following the next person's lead, and that's just not.
That's not who you are.
That's not who I am at the core.
And you also talked about doing stuff for free.
I did.
A lot of people don't want to do that.
They don't, but you know what? And I still will. Not often, but not often. But like, if it's something like, I feel like if it's something that I believe passionately in, and I believe that it's going to help you, then you know what? I'm gonna chop it up and I'm just gonna do it for free. I'll give someone a product for free to this day. If I don't feel like they're about to purchase it, if they're going to purchase it, I'm like, I know this is going to help you. So here, just take it. Because I feel like the money is secondary to like my goal. My goal is to, one, get you the skin that you want and for me to see it. And two, because if you are that $80 product or that $70 or $50 product, it's not going to compare to what people are. You're going to be your walking billboard for me. So that is more valuable to me than this $50 product that I just gave you, or this $75 facial that I just gave you. So if I'm giving you this facial, I'm doing this facial, and I'm giving you this product for free, and you're using it and it helps and it works, you're a walking billboard for me. And so that's more important to me. You're showing people that what we're doing here, it works. It works. And that's way more important to me.
So you'll give up that 70, but then you'll get it back 5, 6, 7.
And so that's how I think. I think again, it's like, I can't think about, oh well, I'm losing money right here if I give you. I can't think of it that way. I have to look at it like, is this product going to help you? And I know it's going to help you. If this kit is going to help you, and if I'm giving you this product and you promise me you're going to stick to it, then that's where I'm gonna that's why I'm gonna focus on that. I'm not gonna focus on this, however many these dollars over here that I lost.
You also mentioned that a lot of what you learned came from educating yourself. So going to school, you learned enough to pass your exam.
Yeah.
And I'm a former athlete. My coaches used to always say, like, everybody goes to practice, but you really separate yourself in what you do outside of practice. So talk to the entrepreneurs that feel like, well, I'm going to school for it, but once they leave school, they don't really do anything to take that next step above and beyond what the teacher may say or the professor may say. Like, what does that look like?
Invest in yourself. So when it comes to your teachers, the school, the education that you get, it's set up for you to, especially in what I'm doing, it's set up for you to pass, to get your foot in the door. And after that, you have to invest in yourself. So what that looks like for me, when it comes to aesthetics, I didn't learn how to do dermaplaning in school. I didn't learn a lot about chemical peels in school at all. And those are two of my main services that I offer. And so I had to go outside of school and find someone and get that training on my own. And it's been the best thing for me, but you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your craft, and you have to visualize what you want your business to look like. Hone in on a skill that you can't do it all. I am only one person. I can't do body waxing. I can't do facials. I can't do makeup. I can't do microblade. I can't do all of that. There are some people who can, but find something that you love, that you enjoy doing, that you can do day in, day out, every single day without getting sick and tired of doing it, and hone in on that and just educate yourself, invest in yourself, invest in that skill, invest in that craft, and go from there. I don't think that we should try to do it all. And everybody's like, oh, you can do everything, you can do it all, you can do it all. You will get burned out. And there are sometimes when I feel like, dang, my day is just like, oh, it's makeup here, it's a facial here, it's makeup here. No, I'm back to facials, and it's just like, Andrea, I have to figure out a way that works for me where I am keeping my sanity and not trying to do it all. Yeah. And so, take care of yourself, invest in yourself, and the rest will follow. I feel like it's just, and go outside and beyond, tap into other resources to help you expand on your skills and to hone in on those skills, and I think the rest will follow. Just try not to burn yourself out, because that can happen easily as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I want to push you on that point about investing in yourself, because I think most people can set their eyes to say, I want to do something, but when you think about the financial piece that comes to it, a lot of people are turned off, or they just don't have those resources. Is there a certain threshold or point to where you say, I'm just going to put it all on the line financially and hope that this works out? Or is it like, I'm going to budget from what I already make at Opry and I'm going to pour it into my business? What is your suggestion to entrepreneurs in terms of investing in something that they want to do?
I do not believe in that. Okay, I believe in the hustle mentality. I do not believe in going broke to do it. I believe in, if you have your 9 to 5, use your 9 to 5 to set you up for your what you eventually want to become your career, which is you working for yourself, whatever that looks like. And I say, I would put money aside for my makeup during the time when I was at Opryland. I would put money aside. I wasn't going to spending my whole check on these, because makeup is expensive. It's very expensive. But I'm like, when it came to my kit, I slowly had to build that. I couldn't just go and just spend a whole check on, because I have other responsibilities. So I don't believe in that, that whole mind frame of, okay, well, I'm just gonna put all my savings, all my life savings into this and just pray to God and hope. God gave us good common sense, and He did not tell us to go and spend all of our money before, we have to take care of our bills and everything else. I say do it, but be intentional about it. If you are, wanting to open up your business, or if you're wanting to go take an extra class outside of what you learned in school, then save up for that, and because that class will be here. It'll be those, if it's meant for you, it'll be here. But save up for it. Don't go broke trying to, just trying to get it all done. I say you'll get there, and it'll be at the right time. You can't.
So you piece together that makeup kit that you had, and the tables and products. You don't have to go out and get all this stuff at once. No,
because like I said, it's like a bottle of foundation is $50. You know what I mean? That is a lot. And when you're talking about your kit, I have about 8 or 9 foundations, and what people see in your kit is what people are going to pay for. So the main foundations that I use is from NARS. People know NARS and people love NARS, but I wanted to make sure that I had those kind of products in my kit, because then people know what they're paying for. Okay, so you're using really good, or you're using really good foundations, or you're using really good brands, or I use NARS. I like NARS, and when people see that, it's like, okay, they don't feel bad about paying you the price that you've quoted them, because you've invested in your kit. But I did it slowly. Starting out, I'm gonna say this, I did not start off with NARS. I started off with MAC, and MAC is about the same thing. But the great thing about MAC is, for any kind of beauty professional, you can enroll in their pro their pro program and get discounts. So seek resources. Most of these brands have affiliate discounts. They have pro programs where you can get discounts. So look into those kind of I looked into those kind of resources, and I literally put together what they required was like a comp card or something like that. And I made my own comp card on Vistaprint. It was like, hey, can I take some pictures of you in my makeup? Can I take some pictures of you in my makeup? Can I take some pictures of you? And I put those on a comp card and sent it to Mac, and they approved it. And so it was just like, you kind of have to get creative with whatever it is that you're trying to do, but do it slowly. I just say, you know, don't go out and try to hire a photographer to do this. Get your phone. These iPhones are great these days. Get your phone, do your makeup, or do, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to showcase, and let people see your work that way. And because there's always a way, I feel like there's always a way to get around having to spend all your coins.
Okay. So in terms of using quality products, your suggestion would be to slowly build what you have with quality product, opposed to cutting corners, getting a cheaper product just so you can get more.
I agree. Yes, I feel like do it slowly, but then there are also you can do a little bit of both. I have great brands in my kit, but I also have inexpensive brands that have that offer great value and that have great payoff, color payoff in my kit as well. Morphe, I can spend $15 on an eyeshadow palette with them, and people know Morphe, but that's because I've done that research and I know that. And it's just like everything doesn't have to be top of the line. You want to spend your money on the things that matter, and that's usually foundations, any kind of powders, eyeshadow. Just as long as the colors look pretty, like that's all that matters, you know. So you have to kind of be smart about how you build your kit or how you approach certain things. Or for my skincare lines that I carry, I know that cleansers, they're great. They're fine. Moisturizers, they're great. They're fine. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg on that. So I don't have to spend an arm and a leg on that. But what's going to get you the results that you want to see are the serums that I'm going to give you, these corrective products that I'm going to give you with these active ingredients. So I'm going to spend some money on that. And you should probably spend money on that. So it's just kind of getting to know what holds the most value in what you're offering. So in my kit, I know what holds the most value and what people care about. I know what they don't. And I know for skincare what's going to get you the results and what doesn't. Just as long as you clean your face and you moisturize your face, we'll be fine. But in between that time, you need some quality products with some really good ingredients that are going to address your concerns.
That's interesting. And so because you have to invest in yourself, the services that you offer are an investment. People have to be willing to pay for that level of service, whether it's makeup, whether it's skincare. What is your approach to someone that wants to have great and flawless skin, or wants to get their face done for a wedding or whatever, but they may not necessarily have the funding, or they don't value it enough to feel like they should pay that? What type of conversations do you have with those people, or is it just hey, it's an investment that you have to be willing to make?
You know what? Before I would calm down on my prices. I would in the beginning, and especially in makeup, I used to, because I don't think I valued what I did. But I think it took me to learn. No, you got something here. No, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your kid. And you know what you have to offer. Don't come down on your prices because someone said that they feel like it's too much. Well, if you feel like it's too much, there are other people who are starting out, or there are other people, I can give you a name, who, that their prices are just a little bit better. But just know that the value or your expectation isn't going to be, what you're going to get isn't going to match your expectation. So, and that's on you, boo. That is on you. And so I think I had to learn. No, don't devalue yourself. Don't come down on your prices. Your prices are your prices. But it took me a while to get there. And I used to I'm these people can't dictate how I run my business. These people don't dictate like my pricing, so why am I letting them talk me down? And so it's just like, if that's the case, hell, everybody might as well come in here and just be able to tell me how much you want to pay. And so it's just like that. I had to learn that, and it wasn't until I started to realize like the value in myself, the value in what I was offering, and how I go above and beyond to make sure I'm offering the best products to my clients. So
yeah, I find it interesting that most people don't think about negotiating with Rolex,
Thank
Gucci,
you.
Louis Vuitton.
Thank you. Like what?
But yeah, that's good though, because I think a lot of people wrestle with that, especially when they may be starting off and they're trying to build that book of business, and it's like, okay, well, you're right. I'm starting off, and
but how you start is how you finish. So if that person comes to you and you've constantly only charged them $60 for, $60 for $85 or $75, facial or soft full face, it's like they're gonna always expect that, and it's just like you can't set those. Those aren't the kind of terms you want to set in the beginning.
Right.
And so I'm fun, I'm cool, I'm nice, but I'm not that fun, cool, and nice.
Yeah.
I'm not, it just kind of hit me one day, and I was just like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, that makes no sense, because then that person's going to constantly always come to me, yes, but they're never going to pay me my prices, or they're never going to want to pay me my prices. And so it was just like, no.
Draw the line.
Yeah, we gotta stop. I gotta stop this, Andrea.
So right now with Winks and Kisses, is it just you?
It's just me. Yes.
Is that the plan for the future? Do you plan to expand?
Yes. And I don't know what that looks like yet. I have an idea of what I would like for it to look like, but it's just that control part of me. I'm like, do I let, like, it's hard for me to let that, because I'm like, this is my baby. And if you're not doing the things the way, I don't want to come off as that controlling micromanager. I don't want to be that person, but I will be that person. So it's like, yes, I see that. Yes, I eventually I want Winks and Kisses to be in its own space, its own building, but giving people the opportunity to establish their own clientele. So to come into a space where they are necessarily don't have to work for Winks and Kisses. So, if they want to come in and they want to start their business, I want to offer maybe a space for them to do so. You don't necessarily have to work for Winks and Kisses, but I see that in my future. I see kind of being in a brick and mortar, just in my own space. I just don't know if I don't know if Winks and Kisses is going to have employees. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's hard to relinquish that brand and share it with someone when, what do they say? They weren't with you shooting in the gym.
Yes. Listen, I ain't never heard that, but I like it. That's true. Yes. It's hard because the way that I may do things may be different from the way someone else may do it. And I just know I have my way of doing things. Not saying that it's perfect, not saying that it's going to always be right, and not saying that as Winks and Kisses grows that I'm not going to need something different or it's not going to look different. It's just I'm going to have to pray about it. I'm going to have to pray on that, and I'm going to have to get back with you. But I just, it will be hard.
What would be the ideal help for you?
Someone who came in and now, okay, so let's just say, for example, if I had an intern and they learned everything from me, learned how I did things, then yes. But someone who's already had
established what they do.
Yeah, and coming in and that would be hard. If someone if I molded someone and taught them all the things that I knew, then yes, I would be open to that.
Because there's a lot that comes with that other than the skill of doing it, like customer service and those things. Because I mean, people learn customer service in so many different ways, and just being responsive to people, being on time.
Yeah.
If people don't have those foundational principles, it could get ugly.
It can. And you know who it looks ugly for? Winks and Kisses.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's hard. I'm like, I just, You know, I know, like, I am, if I mess up, that's on me. You know what I mean? And I'm here to take 100% responsibility for it. I can't speak for everybody else. I don't know if the next person coming in would say, well, no, it's your fault. It's your fault that you didn't do what I told you to do. Like, at the end of the day, that's not what people are trying to hear, and I know that. So I know how I respond to things, and I can't expect everybody to be like me. I'm realistic that way. I know everybody's not like me. So that would be hard. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Pray about it.
I'm going to pray about that one.
So that is Winks and Kisses. One thing that I'm starting to see is Winks and Sneaks.
Ooh,
What
that's
is
my
it?
new baby. So Winks and Sneaks is, so I started to notice that I was putting a lot of my personal stuff, or like all the personal aspects of Andrea, on my Winks and Kisses page. And I was like, nope, I want that to be completely different. I'm like, but like this is another part of me that I've always like loved, and another part of me that I've always loved to share. So Winks and Sneaks was born. And so I was like, Winks and Sneaks came from, because I already had Winks and Kisses, and Winks and Sneaks, it was a wordplay, it was cute. And so I was like, you know, so now that is my blog, that is me sharing my love of sneakers, my love of my family, my love of fitness. So all the things, the other things that make up Andrea is Winks and Sneaks. So we talk about sneakers all the time. We talk about fitness. We talk about family. Just anything that is outside of the beauty industry. Yes.
What is your favorite sneaker?
My favorite sneaker is any Air Jordan 1. And I feel like that's the typical answer, but it's the truth. Any Air Jordan 1. So I love Jordan 1s, and my faves are Jordan 3s. So throw me any one of those in any colorway, I'm all for it.
How many shoes do you own?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Last time I counted, I was at 72 pairs of sneakers.
How many of those are Jordans?
You know, I should probably count that too. Over 50% of them. I know. But I have the support of my husband, because he's like, I know this is what you love. I know, he's like, and you know, if this is going to be, you know, another business, then
Go for it.
He's like, that's the only way I can wrap my mind around a new pair of sneakers coming here every day.
So if you had it your way to go on a shopping spree for shoes or a shopping spree for makeup and skincare products, which aisle are you taking?
Oh, Lord, have mercy. It depends on what George dropped that month. No. Oh, gosh, why'd you ask me that? It will probably be the skincare makeup.
Really?
Yeah. Only because that's my career. So I would have to go with that. I would have to invest in my career. The other thing right now is it's a fun thing. My sneaker collection is my sneaker collection, and it's always been that. But I mean, like I said, it depends on what Jordans dropped that week. So if the Jordan 4 sales came back out, I would go there.
Gotcha. And before we leave, I just want to get some skin care regimen actions to take for people. Like, walk us through a couple of things that people can do to help with their skin. I know for me as a guy coming in, I probably wouldn't schedule my own appointment. But we have skin too.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that we should take care of it just as females should. But like, what can people do on an everyday basis just to have that glow, that flawless skin? So
honestly, you will be surprised at how many people don't wash their face. Just start there. Start getting a routine of just cleansing your face, cleansing your skin. We pick up so much stuff just walking around, and so much stuff gets trapped in our skin. We're wearing masks now every day, and people will like splash water on their face and think that they're good. So just get in the habit of cleansing your skin day and night. That would make with a good cleanser. So let's just say, for example, you have oily skin, make sure that you have a cleanser that is good, that has good salicylic acid in it, that's going to make sure that your pores aren't getting clogged. If your skin is super dry, get a really good hydrating. Get something that's going to address your skin type. And then on top of that, I would say what I find the most, and what I find can solve probably half of the problems that I see, is if people just exfoliate it more. People just don't, and that people don't know what that looks like, so I get that part. So if you exfoliate your skin, you're getting that dead layer off, that dead layer of skin cells off. It is going to allow your skin to breathe. It's going to give your skin the opportunity to do that purge that it needs to do. Everything that's laying below the surface is going to come up and it's going to come out if you're getting that top layer off. So if it's something that you're like, well, I don't know a scrub, what should I do? I always tell people, get a good exfoliating brush, right? Or a brush with a facial cleansing brush with an exfoliating head. Get your cleanser, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and for, two nights out of the week, exfoliate your skin. Get your cleanser, put it on your brush or put it on your face, and just exfoliate your skin. You're gonna see a lot of those issues that you're running into, that'll alleviate some of those issues. So just get in the habit of cleansing and exfoliating, and that'll get you on the path. And then go see your esthetician every now and then. It's just like coming to see your esthetician is like getting an oil change. It's just a maintenance thing. You just need to come in, maintain your skin. If there's some things that the products that you're using, they're not working, you and your esthetician can work that out, and then we can, get you on the path or get you on the right products. And you won't know that unless you come in. So I just feel like if people kind of got on a good schedule with their esthetician and then do those things at home, you'll probably see some changes in your skin for sure.
So we need to wash it and we need to exfoliate it.
Yeah. And moisturize.
Moisturize.
Yes. It just really shocks me that people don't wash their face. I'm like, even before I was an esthetician, I knew I was supposed to wash my face. What do you do after you work out? Oh, I just let the water hit it in the shower. Oh, okay.
That's tough.
It is. But it's usually guys, and what's not fair, I've noticed, y'all have the best skin. And then maybe that's what it is. Maybe because your routines are so simple and less is best when it comes to that, that y'all don't even start anything with your skin. Like, you don't start
some bad carousel.
Right. Where it's like now your skin depends on it. So it's like men have the most beautiful skin coming in here. And I'm like, so what do you use on your skin? Nothing. Oh, okay. Well.
Soap?
Exactly. Like dial. So, but I'm like, really? It's not fair. It's not fair. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe because y'all got the secret to skincare. It's y'all. Like, y'all don't do anything to your skin.
We're gonna start us a business, a skincare routine.
Doing nothing.
So one thing that I like to do at the end of each episode is to blow up this balloon. Okay. And I'm gonna allow you to write a word on it that you feel like prevents people from taking the first step to their journey. One word, one phrase that you feel like prohibits people, handcuffs people from taking that first step. Okay. So as I blow this up, I'll let you think, and then I'll let you write.
Okay.
So after you write it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop it and take the air out of it for people.
Okay. 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 You can read it.
Take the leap.
Do it.
What do you mean by that?
Usually it's fear that keeps us from making moves, or to fear of, well, what if it doesn't work out? Fear of, well, I can't do this right now. Fear of leaving their jobs. I mean, you won't know until you do it. and you won't know it until you jump. You never know. There may be a little safety net down there waiting on you, you know, and there probably will be. If your faith is there, you gotta have faith and take the leap. Otherwise, you'll be paralyzed in your fear. You'll be stuck right where you are and always wondering, what if? That's the worst.
That's good. Well, we're gonna take the air out of that thing.
There it is.
Thank you for sharing that. Where can people find you? Where can people book appointments? All that good stuff.
So you can visit my website, www.winksandskissesmua.com. You can book your appointments from there. You can also visit me on Instagram, Winks and Kisses MUA. You also there's a book online button there as well. It gives you all the information about all the services that I offer. All the information's right there for you. And you can always email if you have any questions.
Winks and Sneaks, they need to...
So, Winks and Sneaks as well. Winks and Sneaks, winksandsneaks.com. You will have access to my blog there. You'll be able to share my love and see the love that I have for all of my little sneakers, my little babies. And then you'll also be able to get more information about release dates. I like to share that information. Again, my blog, it just goes over, I talk about everything. Family, fitness, which is something I love. I'm a big, huge fan of my Peloton. So if you are a Peloton user, we can talk about it there. All things Andrea over there on Winks and Sneaks. Same thing on Instagram, Winks and Sneaks.
I sure appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Cool.
Yay.
All right.